Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Mr. Green. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite command block setups ever. Actually, it was one of the first ones I posted for you guys a while back, and we're going to go back through and work on it with the new execute command in 1.19. If some of you guys know, I think it was 1.195 maybe. We had an update where the execute command got completely rewritten. It matches a lot more similarly to the Java version now. And my creeper griefing and my gas griefing protection system that I have with command blocks do not work anymore in the newer versions. If you guys have like set up new worlds and you've moved your command blocks or whatever, you're going to notice that these commands just don't work anymore. And I've had a few people wander into my Discord and ask me about the new versions for those, so I'm gonna give them to you guys here. And now we're gonna start out actually with a Bedrock version first, and then we're gonna head on over to Java Edition, and I'm gonna show you guys how to set it up over there if you guys are wanting to use command blocks rather than maybe data packs or mods over on Java. If you guys are wanting to use command blocks, this is pretty simple. It takes 3 command blocks and very little knowledge. I'll actually even go ahead and post down the commands in the description for you guys. Check them out later. Now, to go ahead and get started, you want to go ahead and type in chat /give @s command block. Now, once you guys have yourself a command block, we're going to go ahead and place it down anywhere you like, anywhere that you can go ahead and keep them loaded at all times. So you can either put this in your spawn chunks on Java, you can put this off somewhere random on Bedrock and set up a ticking area. We will cover a ticking area at the end, don't worry. But a ticking area is definitely necessary for these to run. So if you already have a ticking area in your world with command blocks, go ahead and throw this in there with that. But inside the first command block, let's go ahead and change this one to repeat. Keep that one unconditional. Needs redstone, go ahead and change that to always active. Keep the execute on first tick the same, and 0 ticks and delay right there. Our first command is actually going to be pretty simple. We just have game rule mob griefing true, and this is just gonna every tick it's gonna be turning the game rule mob griefing to true, and that basically allows any mobs to grief, and that includes villagers picking crops, that includes sheep eating the grass so that they can regrow the wool, that includes actually several different things that are really beneficial to you as a player, but the creeper is definitely not one of them. Now, our next command block, we're going to go ahead and face right up against that. Make sure you're facing towards the point of the arrow, and go ahead and place your next command block like that. We want to have the arrows on top going the same direction, okay? Now, inside this one, we're going to switch it to a chain command block. This one will be unconditional as well, and we will have this one to always active. This one cannot be set to execute on first tick because it's not going to be a repeating or an impulse command block, so just don't worry about that one. Delay and tick is going to be 0 again, and then this one is going to be a little bit longer of a command, so go ahead and type in here. So this is the command you guys want to type in. We're going to have execute at A, run execute at E, type equals creeper, comma R equals 9. Now that's the range or the radius. I don't know what that actually stands for, but it's essentially the distance between you and the creeper, and that's going to be 9 blocks. So that means anytime a creeper is within 9 blocks of a player, you're going to go ahead and run the game rule mob griefing false. So this is going to make sure that anytime you get near a creeper, mob griefing gets turned off. Now, if you guys are just concerned about creepers, you're pretty much done. You can go ahead and just walk away from this. Of course, after you set up a ticking area. But if you guys want to go ahead and add gas griefing to this as well, we can go ahead and hold control. If you go ahead and hold control and do the pick block, if you guys are on keyboard, that's kind of a luxury. It gives you the command block with the actual command still in it. If you guys are not on PC and you guys don't have that luxury, just go ahead and retype the same command we had before. But we are going to change 2 things here. We're going to go in here to the range or radius, and I'm going to change this to 30. And we're going to change the creeper to fireball. and that's going to be detecting the gassed fireball. So we're not really looking for the gas, but we are looking for the gas fireball that they shoot, and then that's going to be 30 blocks from the player, and then that's going to go ahead and run the same game rule mob griefing false. So now that we have all three of our command blocks set up, we have the game rule mob griefing true, we have the chain unconditional always active, execute add a. This whole command, read it, pause it, check it out. And then we have the third one, chain unconditional always active. Again, right here, execute add a. And then this one's the fireball, 30 blocks away, we're looking for. And then that's going to change it all to false for the mob griefing. Now, if we go ahead and get ourselves a creeper, and go ahead and grab ourselves a flint and steel so we don't have to do the whole survival thing. Put out a creeper. He's not going to blow up any blocks. Now, if I were to go ahead and switch this one over to needs redstone, now this is not working anymore. Kaboom! Would you look at that? It works perfectly fine. All right, so you want to make sure that one's always active. Don't keep that one. It needs redstone. If you want to do it needs redstone, that's fine. You can flip a lever on it. You can have some sort of other thing powering it. That will work. It's not a problem. Now, your last and final thing you need to do right here is go into your chat. You can also do this through a command block if you guys want to type it into a command block, but I like to do this one through chat. / ticking area, add, circle, and then you need your squiggly lines, tilde, 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 and then a space, and then we're going to go ahead and add a 1. Now, the 1 actually is the number of chunks you want loaded. So if you want this to be bigger, you can actually go up to 4 if you want to have a ticking area of 4 chunks, and then that gives you, I believe it's 4 chunks in every direction. It gives you a circle. So it's centered on your location, and I believe it goes 1 chunk out in each direction. So that should mean, I think, 32 blocks away. I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me on this. Just make sure you make a big enough one. If you notice your command blocks aren't working, it's probably your ticking area is too small. But if you have something set up like this, you only need a ticking area of 1. So hopefully that helps. Hit enter, and then I actually don't have command feedback turned on, so it's not going to say anything in chat for me. Okay, I turned on the command feedback. Now if we go ahead and set a ticking area, add circle, tilde, 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 1. There you go. Added ticking area centered at -1040, -24 with a radius of 1 chunks. So, not entirely sure how big that is. Again, you might have to look at the wiki for that one. But that is set up. You guys are good to go. You have your mob griefing good. Your gas can shoot at you. You can go into the nether. You can go away from these command blocks. They are loaded at all times. You can also, anything else you put in this area will be loaded at all times. So if you have a couple other command blocks to set here, go for it. Now's the time. So let's go ahead and hop over on Java, and we're going to check out the Java Edition version, guys. Okay, guys, so over here on Java Edition, it's actually very similar. We're going to go ahead and / give @s command block and get ourselves a command block right there. And we have the default orange one. We go and place that down. We will be able to turn it into a repeating command block, unconditional, always active. This one is going to be game rule, mob griefing, true. Go ahead and set that one. You can hit done or just hit enter, and I think it completes it. And that one is set. Go ahead and add our second command block right there. This one is going to be a chain, unconditional, always active. This one's a little bit longer. This one is execute at a, execute, run, sorry, execute at e, type equals creeper, comma, distance equals ... 9, and then close bracket. So these 2 dots right there is actually going to tell the command that you're looking for a creeper that is either 9 blocks or less from the player. So if it is 10 blocks away, this isn't going to work. If it's 9 blocks to 0 blocks, it's going to work. If that makes any sense. Then space, run, game rule, mob griefing, false. And then we're going to hit done on that one. Now this should go ahead and make sure that if we get a spawn egg for a creeper, and we get a flint and steel, we can go and light up this creeper, and he's not going to blow up any blocks. Now, if we want to go ahead and add a ghast to this, we can hit the control button and middle click on the mouse and go ahead and pick block that with the same data from the creeper block, and now we have all that command stuff right there. We can go ahead and back up here to where it says 9, change that to a 30, oops, and then go over here to where it says creeper, delete that out, and put in fireball. And then hit done right there, and then if we go ahead and game mode survival, and then ghast, you notice we have a ghast shooting at us. He's gonna do the damage, but he's not gonna blow up any blocks. Well, that one went in the water. So that's how you prevent the ghast griefing as well as the creeper griefing. Get rid of him there. So now what you need to do is either make sure that you guys add this in the spawn chunks, which is the area that you spawned into your world the very first time that you loaded up your world, because your spawn chunks in Java are actually loaded at all times. So if you guys go ahead and take these command blocks and just go put them over in the spawn chunks, wherever those might be, I don't actually know where they are in this world. If you haven't moved your world spawn, you can just kill yourself and then it will take you back to the world spawn. With the /kill at S, that will kill you. Obviously, don't do that in survival mode. If you have stuff and you're going to lose your stuff, use your common sense, people. But if you guys don't know where your spawn chunks are, or you just want to put it in a different area, you can actually go ahead and use the force load command, which force load add, and then I use tab enter, and then that's going to say it marked chunks in the overworld to be force loaded of -103 317. So if you hit F3 right there, you can actually see that we are in chunk -103 317. I can't move my mouse. I was going to try to point to it to you guys, but it's on the left side of the screen there, right about the middle. It says the chunk -103 317. So that's how you make sure that you actually are in the correct chunk with that. But if you just force load add the chunk, and then you can also force load remove, and then you can either pick the specific chunk you want or just remove them all, and then that will remove all your force loaded chunks. Pretty simple. So hopefully that's going to help you guys out with your griefing from the creepers and the ghast, because I know they're not fun, especially on multiplayer SMPs where like you might be running past people's bases, or like going through the nether and in like a tunnel where you don't want it to get destroyed and you didn't build that tunnel. You guys know what I mean. It's you shouldn't have to be responsible for that kind of griefing when you didn't. It's just an accident. So this will allow you guys to get all the damage from the mobs. You're not going to feel cheaty, because I did notice that the data pack from, I believe it's Vanilla Tweaks, and I think there's actually a couple other that have data packs, and I'm not sure the limitations of data packs, so please don't take this as insulting, but the data pack from Vanilla Tweaks does not cause damage when the creeper blows up, so it feels really cheaty, honestly. Like when the creeper blows up next to you, it's you can just stand there and it's nothing. So I'm sure they did that to probably protect like item frames and items or something like that, which are also classified as entities. But either way, it just feels too cheaty for me, so I'd rather have this happen and I can deal with the item frames and items being lost. So if you guys like this, go ahead and go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys can subscribe for the future content. I know I have not been uploading a lot lately, but I'm going to try to get back into it a little bit, give you guys some updated command blocks. And I do have some new content coming out to my Patreon very shortly. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll have my link for the Patreon down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.